I'm just going to put this down.
Hello? Broken already. There we go. Two. There we go. Alright, great. Has anybody ever been that pissed that their mouth can't articulate what their brain is telling it? Anyone? Yeah? Happened to me the other night. My wife and I went out for a nice meal in Bridgend. It can't happen. With the right amount of rohypnol. So yeah, we came home to discover my grandmother. Still alive, you know. And she doesn't just randomly turn up in the house and open the bathroom or anything, open the door, she's there taking a shit. No, she was actually there babysitting. And she asked me, you know, how did my evening go? So my brain said, we started the evening at a fine Italian restaurant sampling the nicest house wine before we moved our way along to the nice inn. I then proceeded to sing all the words to Boom Shake the Room by Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and then attempted to ingest my body weight in Jägermeister. Following that, we were asked to leave on grounds of public indecency. Unfortunately, my mouth couldn't do this. The best my mouth could do was and the more I tried to say the words, the more it came out as until I realised I was that pissed I'd actually turned into Sloth from the Goonies. So my grandmother was unfazed by this. Instead, she just asked me to call a taxi. Hey, you guys! She enjoyed her walk home. But this is the type of shit you got to deal with when you get older, when you're an adult, when you're married, when you have kids. It's the type of shit you just can't go out and get drunk as you normally could. Now you've got to deal with all this other sorts of crap. You know, it's a daily kind of struggle. And you find out things about yourself as you get older, especially when you have kids, things that you never really realise. Stuff like, I fucking hate parents. I never realised how much I hate parents. Not mine, they're just twats. But other people's parents, you know, kids' parents. I detest them. I try to avoid them at all costs. You know, I avoid them like a prostitute avoids Charlie Sheen. I just can't stand to be near them. You know what I mean? So much so that, you know, for the first couple of months of my kid's life, I avoided any other kids possible. So they never encountered any kids. To the point at which, the first day of school, my kids stood there like this. There are others like me. Me? I'm like the guy in the strip club who's got no money, desperately trying to avoid eye contact. And if any parent comes near me, I whip out the phone straight away and have a fake conversation with myself. Yes, how are you doing? Fuck off. Oh, you're the teacher. Hi, pleased to meet you. You know, so I find it difficult really dealing with that type of sorts of stuff. But there we go. And as I said, I'm from Bridgend. Have you been to Bridgend? Yeah, you wouldn't admit it if you were. Bridgend's got kind of like a small man kind of complex, I think. It's sandwiched in between like Cardiff and Swansea. It tries to emulate what you guys do and invariably epically fails. It had a strip club once. That was good. As a young single man, curious, I thought I'd go in and sample what Bridgend had to offer by way of adult entertainment. And I'll be honest, I was sold. I bought it. I believed the dream that they were selling. I believed those women wanted to have sex with me. And I remember walking in and catching the sight of one of them, and she locked me in her eyes and started slowly and seductively walking over towards me, and I couldn't look away. I was just, oh, this is it. And she came right up close, leant on the bar, flipped back her hair, looked deep in my eyes and said, I'm a gas fitter by day. She was too, corgi registered and a combi boiler fitted in under an hour. Fucking proper job. But now I say I'm older, I'm married, I've been married for too long, 11 years, something like that. And my wife's originally from Bristol. She's lived here so long that her Welsh accent has been completely eradicated. That is, unless she speaks to her mother. And it kind of goes like this. I'm just going to ring Mum. Okay. Half hour later she returns. How's your mum? She's alright then. So, and as it goes like that. But then these things happen, you know, you get married and you adapt and you've got to learn to deal with the changes, and you really got to focus on what's important in our relationship, what you've got to maintain. Things like rowing. Rowing's really important. You've got to keep rowing, but when you have kids, it becomes difficult, you know. You don't want to wake the baby. Those who've got kids, some of you, will know the scenario. You lay the child to rest like you would the same care as a neutron bomb that you've put down. and you negotiate your way through the bedroom, through the Pan's labyrinth of obstacles, and toys with fucking motion sensors on. Has anybody encountered this? If you have like kids, this is a new thing now. Toys have motion sensors on it. My daughter had a big bird from Sesame Street that had a motion sensor on it, that when you came near, you would go, ah! Scare the shit out of you. But what are you expecting it in the day? In the day, it doesn't matter. Night time, when it's pitch black, and you're tiptoeing out, and all of a sudden, ah! Anyway, so you managed to negotiate this, and you sit downstairs, and it's like Goonies. It's our time, down here. So you sit in there and you relax, and it's nice. And then she does that thing that you've asked her not to do, but she's doing it again. And in your head, it's like, should I say something? But it'll be a row. But I can't not say something, because it's going to get, oh, what are we going to do? And we don't want to wake the baby. So you resolve to have a whisper row. And a whisper row goes something like this. Will you please fucking stop it? I'm fucking just trying to fucking relax. But the problem is with a whisper row, it's really hard to maintain the volume and that level of rage. Eventually it's going to rise and the baby's going to wake up. So you've got to be creative, so it turns into angry charades. And it goes on. But like I said, these are the things you've got to adapt to and you go as you go through life. And at one point, my wife said, you know, I don't think our life's fucked enough. Let's get a dog. No, I grew up with dogs and I love dogs, but it's a different ballgame when you've got the responsibility for said pooch. But I agreed. So the first herd we had was what to call it. The dog we had was born on Christmas Day, so we thought, yeah, Jesus. So, but that came with a price. It was quite difficult, you know. I mean, my sister-in-law was a Christian, and when she used to come round, didn't really appreciate, Jesus, stop shit, motherfucking run! And in fairness to the dog kind of struggled with it as well, you know, like when I stubbed my toe, Jesus fucking Christ! The dog's like, what the fuck have I done now? You know what I mean? So we had to change it. We both like films and stuff, so we resolved to call it The Dude. Now, the dude, you know, from The Big Lebowski, but the dude kind of gives an image. It kind of lends you to think of a laid-back, chilled-out kind of canine. Like fuck. The first 3 months of having the dog, the floor was a no-go zone, because the dude liked eating toes. If you wanted to make a cup of tea in my house, you did something like this. Ah, fuck off! Ah, fuck off! Sugar! We all had 3rd-degree burns from the desperate trip back to the sofa. Ah, fuck! Ah, fuck! Ah, fuck! Ah! 3 months in, our house had turned into river dance with Tourette's. Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! So anyway, so we had to do something about it. So I agreed to take the dog to dog obedience classes. Has anyone been to one of these? Oh my god. First stage of the evening is called dog socialization, which basically involves taking the lead off the dog and releasing it into a melee of violence and rape. Big dogs are grabbing little dogs and fucking them really hard and trying to get out. No! And they just can't get out of it. A canine fuckpeed creates a perimeter all the way around. And then into it steps Jerry, the man with the golden sausage. His pockets are lined with sausage, and like Francis of Assisi, he parts the sea of rape and buggery. And the dog is suddenly mesmerised. And calm is restored. The big dogs lay back and smoke a fag. The small dogs lay fetal and point to places on dolls. And that's the first part of the session. Then the second part of the session is you put into groups. The person taking my group was Jerry's wife, or as she's otherwise known, Goebbels. This is your toy. With this toy, you will socialize your dog. This toy will be chewed, it will be gnawed, and it will be fucked beyond all recognition. Hang your toy above your dog, and we're all in a semicircle doing this now. And the dog is like, oh. The toy's like, kill me now, end it now. So we're all there, and it's keeping the dog under control. You're like, you know, sit straight, sit straight, good dog. It's all going well, all of us, apart from Kevin. Kevin's forgotten his toy, and is trying to substitute it with a stick. Kevin is doing this. Fucking stink, fucking stupid, fucking. As his dog's having none of it. He's just desperately trying to avoid the gaze of Goebbels, but she sees him. You! Come here. Kevin lowers his body language and slowly walks up. None of us can make eye contact with Kevin. We're all like this. Shit. Kevin's dog is like, you fuck now, motherfucker. His dog's from Scunthorpe. And he walks up. What is that? It's a stick. A stick? You brought a stick? You know what happens now, Kevin, don't you? Yes. Kevin is sent to the land of dog shit with just one bag, and all the other dogs are eating those vile stuff they can find. Oh, I'm cooking this up for you. They're from Scotland. But you know, that's what dog obedience was like. And it went well with Dude. He started to get better. Things were calming down. And one of the things they always say is never strike a dog, which is fair enough. What you're supposed to do is spray it with a water pistol. So I bought a super soaker. I remember one time coming home from lunch to discover the Dude sat there like this. We just had a new TV. And I walked in and I knew something had happened because the Dude did this. And his tongue was hanging down like that. And shards of plastic were around it. He'd eaten the fucking remote control. And in such a rage, I was searching everywhere. Couldn't find my super soaker. Well, the best I could do was pick him up and splash water into his face from the tap. The dog went, no. I'm out. Thanks.